What is up? Welcome to the Bleach Boys Podcast. This week we have more Bleach Rebirth of Souls stuff to talk about. Not so much Bleach Soul Resonance news to talk about, as the beta is still a couple weeks away. So they've slowed down on the mobile game. But Rebirth of Souls is, I believe, is 3 weeks away from coming out. So Starrk has been officially announced. They released a new story opening, which is like a new opening to an anime for the game as well, which showed Ishin, showed the rest of the Espada, showed a young Zangetsu. We don't know if any of those people are playable. They also showed a special video for Rebirth of Souls that focuses all on Rukia, Kaien, and Aaroniero, confirming that Aaroniero is a playable character / Kaien. So that's very cool. We have more Klub Outside questions. One is about Nell's double or Cero Doble, and can it absorb techniques that are not Cero's? And then a couple of other not so much bangers, so look forward to that. Jose, Nemu won a ranking. A number one spot in a ranking that we'll talk about coming up as well. And then a couple of other things to throw on the end here. Cowboy Bebop's coming to Fortnite, and Anime Expo is promising huge things for this year, as well as about 30 articles of Sayurite Times. Welcome, 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 welcome. Jose is deathly ill. Jose, say hello to the people.
Hello.
So he is also coming from the virtual world with Pythes. He has joined the robo-racism, and they are coming live from the internet. So in a shock to nobody, Starrk came to the game. Been calling it since day one that they're going to be announcing Starrk. He's going to be in the game. Has to be if they're adapting him to the Aaroniero arc. We have all of his movesets, and they gave him something really weird where obviously it's in line with the character. When he awakens, all of his moves with the wolves, they take his HP away from him. So I see that being very quickly of me spamming all my wolves, and then I lose the game. So
but it's worth it.
Well, yeah, it'll be worth it to play Starrk. Now, he also starts in his resurrection form. So he starts with the guns, and then he awakens into the form with the sword and the wolves.
Interesting way to do it.
Yeah, I kind of, had I done a 100% accurate prediction, I would have guessed some sort of a Shinji Hiyori setup with him and the Lynette, and that would be the base, and then they would go into that. It would have been cool if Starrk got, I guess, 3 resurrections, but he doesn't really have 3 resurrections in the show / the manga. But I kind of wish they would have done some sort of a Lynette crossover, because now we're probably not going to see Lynette at all since she's in her gun form.
Yeah, but let's be honest. What does Starrk do with his sword?
He slashes people, and he looks really cool, okay?
Yeah, but he doesn't have any kind of special technique. It's just like a piece of garbage. He doesn't really start the fight till he resurrects.
Yeah. Speaking of his spiritual pressure move, number 1, Cero Automatico. And it says Starrk steps back in a flash and fires a Cero from his gun. The number of Cero and the damage will increase according to the amount of Starrk's spiritual pressure. And spiritual pressure move number 2, the 2 of us make 1. Starrk's spiritual pressure will decrease little by little after activating until the spiritual pressure is decreased to 0. Starrk will not expend his spiritual power when activating dashing, quick attack, flash attack, and special flash attack.
I hope to God Lynette just gives us like dialogue during the battle.
Just like shits on everything wrong that you're doing in the match. Just constantly like, that sucked. What are you doing? Pick it up. Be like,
Stop
okay, thank you,
idiot.
His signature move is Alma Karma, and it says while holding down input, Starrk will accumulate his spiritual pressure holding his gun at the ready. In the normal state, Starrk expends his spiritual pressure when activating dashing, quick attack, flash attack, special flash attack. It is important to secure spiritual pressure regularly by activating this move. So he kind of has a move that allows him to charge up more spiritual pressure.
That's your DBZ games.
Yeah, so I think very DBZ. It's almost like he's the DBZ beam character for this one until he awakens, and then he swaps over to short range Los Lobos.
I mean, if anybody's going to be the range character, it's going to be him.
It has to be him, yeah. No one else.
So it says Starrk's performance is enhanced by releasing Los Lobos with Resurrection. Unlike the normal state that fights mainly at the long range, Starrk's fighting style changes into close range after awakening. Starrk will be able to activate powerful attack by using Blue Flame Wolf that will be stocked in exchange of his own Konpaku, which is the life bar in this game.
I feel like matches between him and Byakuya are going to be the most cancer thing in the world.
Yeah, because Byakuya is very mid-range as well, so it's just going to be zoning until you go an awakening with Starrk, and then you're going to go straight into the melee now, and you're also, your moves, you're going to start losing your HP every time you use your moves. So
I load into a match against Starrk, I immediately just quit.
You're just like, I'm going to re-queue, forget about it. So it's interesting. They stay true, right, to all of his movesets from the manga and the anime, which is cool. He looks fucking awesome, as expected. Weird that they skipped Baragon, though. Very weird.
It is weird, honestly. I hope that doesn't bode ill for our cool skeleton emperor.
Well, I would assume that they would have just gone like, obviously they go Halibut, they go Baragon, but maybe we got big Baragon fans on the dev team, and they know that he's the true king of Wakamuno, so they saved him for the last spot, for number 1.
He should have come out right after Aizen for the joke.
That would have been really funny. just like, no,
hilarious.
actually, guys. And then he's the first Espada we ever get is fucking Baragon. Everybody be like, what the fuck?
I love that he never got to be a Espada 1.
Yep. Made sure to keep him number 2, just ruin his ego forever.
And that's why he kept showing up in your summons. He's just, fuck you, Sam.
So there is hope for Baragon, by the way, because they released new. Have you guys, if either of you watched the new story opening video that they released?
I just watched it this morning.
Okay.
I'll watch it later.
Jose, what did you think of the music?
Oh, I wasn't even paying attention to the music. I just was like, yep, I knew it. They were going to have a full model of Kaien.
Oh, no. So you watched the other one. So there was 2 videos, Jose, that they released.
Oh, I saw that one then.
One is like an anime opening that they recreated. Because you remember the intro to the game? They released that one intro video that had basically kind of like a Linkin Park knockoff for a song. And I had said that I hate that fucking song. I think that song was dog shit. I think it was boring. I can't believe they put that in the game. This one, they went for almost a very Persona-esque type music for it. And in it, they show a couple of flashes. One is the back of Ishin in his Soul Reaper outfit from when he fights Grand Fisher, of course. The other, they show all 10 faces of the Espada. So Baragon, Aaroniero, Yami, and then we know, so the only ones that we haven't gotten at this point is Zomari, Yami, Baragon, and is that it?
Well, now they got to put Yami in.
Right? I mean, they have to. And it's starting to look like, because especially with the fact that they showed off Aaroniero / Kaien as a playable character out of the blue, it's probably going to have more characters than the original, I think it was 34 that we were expecting.
When we started talking about this roster, I was firmly against Yami being in. Every week, I'm talking myself into, dude, I just want to play Yami so bad.
Yami is that character in every fighting game, which I typically really like to play. He's going to be a big fucking guy. He's going to hit really heavy, and he's going to be an asshole. He's going to be an asshole through and through. I want to play Yami. Put Yami in the game.
Gives me Hager vibes.
I also really want to play Ganju. Where's Ganju?
DLC.
I think it's weird with where they're, because I think there are characters that would make really good DLC characters that you can get away with them not being in the main roster. One of them being Findor. I think Findor would be a perfect DLC character. Do I think, I don't know, Ganju would be a DLC character people will want? I don't think so. I think Ganju should be base roster.
I think Ishin should be a DLC character for sure.
Ishin would be an incredible DLC character. That would drive a lot of sales. And I know people really like Findor as well. So I think Findor would be a great one that people are okay with not having the base roster. But if you announced it afterwards, they'd be like, okay, that's fucking cool. Findor's awesome.
I'm going to go with one who's already in the game. I think like you could get people to pay really hard if you didn't include Kisuke in the main roster.
Oh, totally.
Oh, 100%.
Because he has like, what, 2 fights in the whole series? He fights...
Yeah.
He fights Aizen, and he fights, who's the other guy? Askin. You get away with it.
He fights Loopy.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Loopy. No, he doesn't fight Loopy. Who's the... Wonderweiss.
Well, Wonderweiss, I don't know if he's going to be in the game. But
Ain't
he
no way.
fights, or no, he doesn't fight Loopy. He fights Yami while Loopy is doing his thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I would love if Loopy was DLC, and he's the best character in the game.
You're now forced to play fucking Loopy. Everybody be like, fuck this. Like, that sucks.
The tournaments for Loopy versus Loopy.
So they also, in that same trailer, they showed young Zangetsu, like when he's underwater at the end, when obviously he's learning to do Final Getsuga and about to say goodbye forever. Is that going to be playable? Is that going to be a skin? Who knows? We know white is supposed to be playable. So I don't know what they're going to do for Zangetsu. That seems a bit weird. But they showed the scene when all of the Soul Reapers are assembling above Karakura Town.
Oh, I saw that. I saw a screenshot. It looks so good.
That's so sick.
And there are distinct differences of the characters that are represented here than in the manga and the anime. The theory is anybody who is shown in that cutscene is going to be playable in the game.
Oh,
So,
now I'm sad.
Interesting.
who they show in the anime is Soifan, Izuru, Yamamoto, Hitsugaya, Rangiku, Shunsui, Shuhei, Komamura, and it is Ikaku, which, if you know, some of those characters are not there in the original show because they're guarding the pillars, right?
Itaku
So-
showing up was supposed to be a surprise.
Who is missing from the lineup compared to the anime, and you'll see very quickly why these people are not playable.
Omaida.
Omaida, Sasakibe, Lieutenant Iba, our boy,
My boy.
and Ukitake.
All right. I forgot. Has he not been
I
announced
forgot he
for the
wasn't
game?
there.
Nope.
People love him. Okay, DLC pack
He-
1.
I was gonna say, speak of a really good DLC characters, Ukitake.
I never mentioned him for DLC because I just assumed he was going to be part of the main roster.
Yep, no, hasn't been announced.
Last character. We're going to get his Bankai in the game.
I feel like if his ability is to redirect projectiles, Ukitake versus Starrk is gonna be the most AIDS thing in the world. Insane.
Because what was it? What was his special move where he doesn't take any of his special pressure to dodge?
Yeah, and he just he holds his sword there, shoots it back. He's like the counter character. He is Kakashi before they figured out any other move for Kakashi when he was just the copy ninja.
To be fair, that was my favorite era of Kakashi.
Yeah, I mean that Kakashi was badass. How could you hate that Kakashi? So just to count who we have now, we have Aaroniero, we have Starrk. I think all the Espada are going to be playable. I would be shocked if they're not going to be playable. The only one that I would be surprised if they added Zomari.
I'm such a
But
Zomari. I'm a Zomari apologist, so if they add him, I will at least put him in the lab and see what he can do.
But Zomari has a full move set. You can just take it from the anime. He's developed. It's not like he's a side character that's got roasted right away. So he has moves. He has abilities.
I could finally prove my point that he's not weak. He just got counterpicked by Byakuya super hard.
What if you could use him? Imagine this for Zomari, okay? This would be insane. Zomari, you use one of his special moves, and if it hits, you can then select an input for the other character to use.
Ooh.
So an example, you hit them, you force them to do their spiritual pressure move number 1, which you know how perfectly to dodge, and it's just going to leave them open, and then boom, you do it, and then you just attack them.
Or, hey,
I like
shut
that.
off one of their buttons.
That would be crazy. That'd be crazy. Or
That's
it gives them an offering. It's like, hey, they're gonna pick your next move, or for the rest of the match, slice your arm. You don't get to use it anymore.
You give it
I love
20
that.
No, even a 10-second timer is still, that's an eternity in a fighting game. Hey, you can't jump. Fuck you.
Yep. And it just picks at random. That's how you make people want to blow their brains out. If it's a random button that it picks.
I want Zomari to be the best character in the game.
Just the absolute troll character.
Well, that'd be his Bankai ability. What's his normal shit? Is it just he can spam Sonitos all day?
Yeah, he's just really fat. Yeah, he doesn't use spiritual pressure at all to just use Sonito and just go everywhere he wants to go.
And that'd be the perfect trade-off, because he doesn't, I don't think he does that when he resurrects, so you trade your speed for the fuck your button move.
Yep.
We did it. Hire us developers. We know what we're doing.
We'll come work over right at Tamsoft. Don't worry about it. So we're getting very, very close to this game coming out. I would be shocked if they could start dumping a lot of news for this game and just be like, hey, we're in the final weeks. Here you go. Here's everything you need to know. They also showed another gameplay video of Merida. He played through the secret story this time and just kind of showing off how that works in, obviously, Bleach Rebirth of Souls and what you can expect from that. So I believe he played through a secret story of Soifan. So it was one of the first times that we saw actual gameplay for Soifan and a full move set. And she fought against Shuhei, I believe was the character. So let's see. It is fully.
What do they have? I really hope it's stupid.
Well, it's original story content, original and fights, of course, and it's fully animated in voice, just like the main story, where it's a mix of 2D and 3D.
Nice.
They have really cool artwork that they've developed for a lot of this stuff, and it's supposed to kind of, show off more of the character side of things for people who might be newer to the show. They also showed off the Renji side story with him and Rukia fighting a hollow, which is good. We love that. And then they showed off the menu again where you select a character and you play another point of view. And the side episodes, they all take place during the main story progression. And there is an option to go into the side story for the Urahara shop and buy orbs and, power yourself up and things like that. Which,
considering what a simp he is, I hope that any match that Shuhei versus Rangiku is an unwinnable match.
He's just gonna give up right at the end.
He's like, I can't do it.
So they are just showing more and more of this game. It's gonna continue weekly. We're still chilling. We're going through it. Exciting. It's exciting stuff. I'm glad that it's finally coming out.
And I should mention that I lost $10.
Oh yeah. Yep.
A friend and I at work were talking about it, and he's a really big Kaien fan. And I said, ain't no fucking way he's making it into the game. You guys have been saying for weeks they should put Kaien in. I'm like, he's lame. Who cares?
Now you just be the biggest asshole in the world, Pythes, and you just double down that technically they added Aaroniero, and you just never back off that hill.
I already gave him $5 today. I pay him the rest tomorrow.
All right, you're a better person than me. Well, let's just wrap this up, Jose. I put this in here only for you. Anime Corner. I'm not familiar with them at all. They had a top 10 supporting female characters of 2024.
They are fantastic. Great choice.
And I believe it was voted on by the audience. Yeah, so there's 13,781 votes and is voted at Anime Corner. And number 1 is Nemu. Out of all of the characters, and let me tell you who it beat.
That's right.
Beat Turbo Granny, which I just don't agree with. I think Turbo Granny was like the star.
Turbo Granny's awesome as fuck.
I know. It also beat Seiko Ayase, who is the actual grandma from Dandadan. In 4th place was Nanao. In 5th place was Gyo Kyo. I don't know what show that's from.
Who?
Don't know. The rest of them, we don't really know. But in 10th place is Acrobatic Silky. I don't know how Nemu soared to such great heights, but congratulations, Jose. Your bots worked.
Thank you. I'm glad you mentioned my bots. I was just about to say I had a lot of help.
Mm-hmm.
To be fair, that was a really good episode where she blew up.
Number 1 in my heart.
Well, number 1 on this ranking as well, Jose. Let's go. I just, honestly, the Klub Outside questions are kind of just a bummer every time I read them because there's no meat there, man. I'm starving here reading these questions.
Do you remember last week when a person tried to give some meat and Kubo just said no?
So there is a similar situation that happened this week. Would you like me to start with that question here?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah,
somebody asked, what age group do the Vizards belong to? And they even went as far as to go in parentheses, not talking about their physical appearance, but their actual age. They said, I think it's fair to assume that they're all above 200, but if there's anything actually decided on the matter, please let us know. Also, I'd love it if you could tell us who's the oldest and youngest among the group. And Kubo just goes, nothing decided upon in detail, but the oldest is Rose, whereas Hiyori's the youngest. And that's
so mad at that answer.
That's it. I mean, I guess cool. I guess it makes sense that Hiyori's the youngest, and it could have been fucking anybody who's the oldest, but shocker that it's Rose. I mean, thank you, Kubo. Wow, amazing.
That's such a Kubo answer. Hey, Kubo, who's the oldest and youngest? I didn't really think about it. Don't worry.
Yeah, I guess it's just kind of like, from an audience perspective, they were trying to place, right, what key events the Vizards would have been around for, right? How old are they? What they would have seen? Who they would have interacted with? They want to know that portion. It was like, I didn't really think about that. Don't worry about it. And it's like, I'm going to give you the information that doesn't fucking matter. It's like, here's the oldest and here's the youngest.
Kubo just drew a bunch of characters and we're like, yeah, these are good.
Yep. Love it.
Way cool characters. Don't care about their backstories.
Yes. The second question.
Kinsei would be the oldest.
I would have assumed that it was I can't remember his name. Who's the keto guy? Hachi. I would have assumed it was Hachi.
Hachi's the only one with facial hair.
Yeah, there you go. Next question. It seems like Chizuru hasn't given up on Orihime yet, but is she also targeting her sister-in-laws Yuzu and Karen? Which is just such a weird fucking question. Just like that is so weird. And Kubo says she thinks that even though they're Ichigo sisters, they're very cute.
That's such a no answer.
Like that, like the question was weird. The answer was just like, yeah, they're cute. Like, I don't know. Like, what do you want from me? Like, yeah, she thinks they're cute. Just the same way everybody else thinks they're fucking cute.
So they're one-off gag characters, Kubo says. Why are you thinking about it too much?
Yeah, it's like, just leave it be. No comment on Chizuru not having given up on Orihime. Just like, yeah, she thinks Ichigo sisters are cute. Like, sure.
Dumbest bull. Okay, let me go off on a tangent here real quick. So one of the Twitter accounts I follow with great pride is Harada. He's the guy who makes the Tekken games.
Dude, he's been popping off on Twitter over the last week. It's been cracking me up.
I retweet all of his shit, and he does.
That's probably why I see it.
He does the exact opposite of Kubo. Somebody just asked him, like, "Hey, Harada, does Asuka, the character from Tekken, is she into trains?" And he goes, "No." And then he writes like a full, like, multiple paragraph answer about like the buying and spending habits between Tokyo and Osaka, and sums it up with, "And Asuka's cheap, so that's why she prefers to bike instead of ride the train."
I saw another one where they just announced a new character for Tekken.
Yep.
And somebody tweeted at him like, "No, Harada, why did you have to change the design?" And he just fucking went off on this person. I was just like, oh, okay.
And I fucking love following Harada because you're gonna get one of two tweets. You're gonna get, "I am trolling you," or legit answer to a question you ask.
Yeah. And it
also,
just,
they're wrong. That new Anna design is fire.
it just like started off with like, normally I don't respond to negative comments like yours, but I feel the need. I'm like, oh man, he's gonna go in. Okay, all right, here we go.
Someone asked him what his feelings on the developer of Dead or Alive, Itagaki, was, and it was like he wrote a book. And then, like, luckily Maximilian, who's like a really famous fighting game guy, is like, "I will read all of it so you guys don't have to."
Okay.
And Harada retweeted the link to it. He's like, "In case you guys don't want to read."
Yeah, he seems like the coolest fucking guy in the world.
His catchphrase, his legit catchphrase, he says in English is,
Hey, I love that.
Yeah, he says, "Shut the fuck up, sit the fuck down, don't ask me for shit." So now let's go back to a man who doesn't answer shit. What's the last, Kubo?
Can Nelliel, Cero, Doble absorb long-range techniques that are not Cero, such as Getsuga Tensho and Keto? Kubo just goes, yes.
Which we just assumed, but okay.
Yep. There you go. And in a real world, right, like let's just think of baby Nell. When she used it, right, it takes a long time. Like she's going like she has to suck it in. It's not like a short function. Like she could be sucking up a Sarah and somebody can just blast the shit out of her on the side. Like imagine she does it to Starrk, right? Sucks up one, move it to the side, just shoot it again.
I mean, adult Nell could probably do it better. But
Yeah.
I imagine this probably quieted some people in the comments. Like I'm sure somebody wrote a fan fiction where she shoots a Getsuga Tensho at somebody, and someone goes, actually, she can only do it Cero."
And Aku was like, nope, she can do whatever she wants.
She can do whatever the fuck she wants. It's fine. You could do dumb bullshit.
I need to run around with baby Nell as a backpack on. That way, if anybody shoots anything in the back, she's just gonna suck it up.
She's like Kirby.
One Getsuga is not enough to break through this wall. Hold on, let me shoot it at Nell, and then she'll double it and make it stronger.
We need to stop making more Momos and instead switch to the production of Nells.
Okay, so there's new lore in the Discord, and apparently the lore is that the Momos, that is just what plushie Zanpakuto does. That's her Shikai.
Okay, got it. Love that.
Her Shikai all along.
All right, well, that's all the Klub Outside questions this week. Did you guys learn anything new?
No.
Surprisingly not.
Yep. Well, Jose, I shouldn't be surprisingly at this point if you're paying attention. It should be straightforward. What were we expecting? It's the classic Kubo answer.
Listen, I'm not expecting anything new. I love every week just showing up me like, what questions did Kubo not answer today?
Yeah, same old, same old.
And every now and then, it'll just be something that I saw on Twitter, like the one about Grimjow. Just like, yeah, that's a Kubo answer. Kubo, where do they get the water? Where's the water in Wakamuto come from, Kubo?
So that's figure out how they make the tea, right, Pythes?
I just want the answer, man. I want it so bad.
Did Aizen have a personal chef?
Okay,
so do you guys want lore from Bleach Brave Souls for that shit?
Okay, yes, it is.
He has.
It is with the Bleach bracelets, Pythes. I'm just thinking just how excited you must be for all the side stories in Bleach Rebirth of Souls.
I'm so hyped. One of my legit favorite stories in Bleach Brave Souls, which ties back to this, is Tosin is trying to cook, and he's like, I can't get the flavor right. And every chapter, he goes around to different characters to ask them how to cook, but they're hollows. He goes up to Gin. No, he goes up to the Tres Bestia and Halliwell. They're like, hey, where'd you get that candy from? They go, oh, we ordered from this magazine, and Gin goes to pick it up like once a month.
Okay.
And then I forget what the lesson of the thing was, but he goes and he hangs out with Aaroniero, who's just eating a random hollow. And he's like, this is the true essence of cooking. Thank you, Aaroniero. And then he fucks off, and Aaroniro's like, I don't know what just happened.
So Gin does a food run once a month.
Specifically, you order from a premium magazine, and he goes and he gets your shit.
Okay. Jose, this is probably relevant to you. Did you see that Cowboy Bebop's coming to Fortnite?
I did see that. Still
I didn't
get me to play Fortnite though.
So far, they have only announced Spike and Faye. They have not shown any other characters, but there will be Cowboy Bebop quests, and you can contribute to Cowboy Bebop bonus goals, and you'll get a Cowboy Bebop wrap and a Bebop Legends loading screen, whatever that means. And it starts March 1st.
That's actually kind of cool.
If there's not a mission where you get fucked up on mushrooms, then it's worthless.
Well, they have basically Rock Band in the game now, so hopefully they put a couple of like the jazz tracks. That would be cool.
We should start that back up, Sam.
Yeah, I did that. I know for a very long time they were talking about, now that they have basically put Rock Band into Fortnite, of releasing new peripherals, like Rock Band-esque peripherals for that game. Has either of you even seen that? Have they come out with any of that?
No,
Not that I know of.
I don't even know where to get a guitar for that.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything like that either, which makes me wonder that they even went through with it. But it would be cool. I mean, if they have, they have so many tracks. They just put in a bunch of like Miku tracks, and I think there's more Japanese tracks coming to the game as well. So they're going crazy. It would be cool if they come out with actual peripherals for it.
Dude, if they do the Demon Slayer soundtrack, the first one.
That'd be cool. That'd be really cool.
I like the opening to the Red District arc, season 2 of Demon Slayer.
That one was good too.
I think that was my favorite. I still hate Demon Slayer, but that song is so good.
That's
Dude,
okay.
they're just getting spoiled. They're getting everything.
I cannot believe Cowboy Bebop is coming to Fortnite.
I know, and there's a lot of other anime that people have been requesting, like, oh, like I hope this one finally gets added. Nope, nothing. Well, I mean, they were also so whoever must have the license for Cowboy Bebop is just allowing it to go wherever the fuck they want, because there was also Overwatch collab, right?
Yeah, they had the Overwatch collab. I think Rivals should have a collab with One Piece. We already got Mr. Fantastic and the Human Torch. That's Ace and Luffy.
I have breaking news for you guys. Breaking news. And this
Breaking
might be
news.
relevant to somebody listening to this very podcast. You ready? Let's take a moment and thank our patrons. And part of that is, this is an announcement. We'll see who gets this first. There's officially one captain spot that is open.
Oh.
It is open and up for grabs. Now, you may be wondering who could have left it. Who is, no longer a captain. Now, I hope somebody snakes this from him. The second Chilsey is gone.
Which one? Is it 3 or 9?
9.
9.
No, wait.
No.
No. It's 3. 3 is the second one. So 3,
He's the one he gave.
Okay, that's
3
fine.
is gone. So there is a third squad opening for captain right now on our Patreon. So let's thank our current captains for the support. Thank you guys, as always, for all of you guys who support us on the Patreon. But if you're a captain level and above, we do give you a personal shout out here. So let's start from squad number 1. Thank you to PV. Thank you to Matilda. Thank you to Rizix. Thank you to Veronica Bermudez. Thank you to Pickle Rick. Thank you to Sarah Berry. Thank you to Aether Paradox. Thank you to Head Captain and Bount Chilsey, also Chad Zabuelo. Thank you to Braxton. Thank you to Diego Ace 3030. Thank you to Rustin Pierce. Thank you to Tribural. Thank you to John. And thank you to Rolando A. Ramirez. Of course, those final two both being in the Espada side of things. Thank you guys so much. Did you guys see the deal with the devil I made in Discord?
No, what happened?
Chilsey DM'd me and said he wants to make the thumbnail for the next video. I told him he can make the next thumbnail. I don't remember the metrics. I think I gave him something really low. I said if it hits 2,500 views, it's great success, amazing. If it doesn't hit 2,500 views, I get to make the next Serite Times. Yep. So, but depending on the outcome of this very video, I could be making a Sam official issue, officially published, of Serite Times.
That's too much power.
I will
like
have.
that. It's gonna be hilarious.
I will have taken over the propaganda machine for personal use for one issue. Imagine the stuff that I could put in there.
I guess speaking of Discord, we didn't get to show the sword last week because it wasn't done. Do you have Discord or Instagram open? I'm gonna send you Pickle Rick's.
Send it to me on Instagram.
Instagram. I'm gonna send you Pickle
Dude,
Rick.
Pickle Rick showed it to me. It was so sick.
Oh, it is very Jose coded.
Okay, so just for reference, immediately in my mind I'm thinking of something fucking edgy. Just like the edgiest thing I've ever seen.
It is, and that's why I like it.
Okay, so it is a giant bone sword, and is the thing on the right its release? Which is which? What am I looking at here?
The one that is just the Dragon Slayer from Berserk is the Bankai.
Oh, sick. Okay, and then the other one is the
100%,
Shikai.
Yes.
So there you go. Sam will be showing that on screen. That's for you, Pickle Rick. It wasn't done last week.
Okay, and that was done by Black and Dreams again.
Yep, Black and Dreams is just killing it.
Shout out to Black and Dreams, of course. Now, we do have a whole bunch of Seirite times to go over because we even hit the 100th issue released. But that will be officially on the Patreon for this week. Let me just tell you the theme is titled Slander Apocalypse is what the theme is. And he has done about fucking 20 issues of the Slander Apocalypse. So who knows what shenanigans we've all gotten up to over the last week. But if you want to check that out, that'll be in our Bleach Boys Captains meeting. I will touch on my last thing, and then we'll hop over to you guys. Jose has watched more Fate Stay Night. Pythes watched 4 movies this week for some reason. Anime Expo 2025. So they put out a Twitter post, and there were a couple of things worth noting here. So they are claiming this is the biggest anime expo ever. Now, these numbers don't really mean anything to me, but they are 900 plus artists this year, 300 plus exhibitors, 300 plus panels and workshops, 200 plus guests and industry appearance, 100 hours of programming, exclusive anime premieres, expanded Anime Expo campus, live concerts, and this is the one that was very interesting to me. They are introducing a new autograph process.
So
you won't get fucked this year.
Yes, in historic years, the situation. So 2 years ago, they did the autograph line like straight out in the middle in front of the convention center. They didn't own that property, so it was like public. Anybody go to it. So people were camping out overnight in downtown LA. And what was happening is people were saving spots for their friends. So even if you showed up really early, if you were not one of the people that was literally camping there, you got nothing. It was gone. It was done. Like within the first hour, everything was gone. Then next year, they took over the campus, that now outside area where they had it before. They gated it off. So now you had to wait in line with everybody else at the main gate. And then when they opened the main gate, you could obviously either go into the exhibit hall or you could go straight in the line for the autograph. And that was a little bit better. People were still saving spots, of course, and were cutting. But that was a little bit better. And that's the year that we got last year. We got the autographs of the English voice actors of Uryu, Bazby, and Yugrim. This year, and a lot of people have been hoping, fingers crossed, people have been requesting a lottery system. So I don't know if that's what they're going to go do this year. I don't know what the new process is going to be. We released a whole video 2 years ago talking about how shitty the autograph solution is because that was when Marita was there. And that was gone in like 15 minutes after they started accepting tickets. You have to get a ticket. It's free, but you have to get a ticket to go to the signature. And he was signing stuff. So everybody just brought like their fucking Funko Pops and got it all signed, which boo. I don't know what the new process is going to be. I'm hoping it is some sort of a lottery that is tied to your badge. That would make a lot of sense since you have to buy the badge. But worth noting, I wanted to throw that out there for Anime Expo people. We will be there this year. We as in me and Jose, but
we will be having fun. I'm excited to see what else they bring if they're going to make it that much bigger.
Yeah, and they're really throwing an emphasis on live concerts, exclusive. I feel like last year, they took their foot off the pedal a little bit for Anime Expo. So I'm interested to see what they're doing. And they seem like they're going more towards a Comic-Con-esque vibe where they're trying to take over more of the downtown area to spread people out.
Just excited because they're going to have fake Grand Order stuff.
Ooh, nice.
Also, yay, VTubers.
Very true. VTubers are everywhere. They had last year, they had a whole booth of VTubers, Pythes, where they were live on the thing and you could like go up and wave at them and stuff.
Yeah, I considered asking you guys.
That's right.
I considered asking you guys to go over there and take pictures, but I was like, they're not going to know who they are.
No, not a clue.
So I have some exclusive information. Someone's a snitch.
We got
snitches get
snitches in our presence, Pythes. Okay.
Right, spill the tea.
This is a snitch that may have given Sam some stitches. This is information via a plank of wood.
I hate this bitch. He messaged me also over the week and he's like, hey, how's that head doing? This fucking plank of wood bitch. All right, what does he got to say?
Well, plank of wood has given me some exclusive information on the weakness to Chill Z's Zanpakuto.
Ooh, okay.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I asked him, is it his inability to find Spider-Man? And he said, nah, Chilsey thought he got it once, but it was just Sam and Karya playing superheroes.
Okay.
So I'm going to quote verbatim the secret
I'm
weakness that I had to befriend Chilsey for 8 years to get is much more valuable. His rumors, his lies, they may become reality. However, if you present him with facts that disprove his propaganda, then his sword's power is negated.
Okay. So
Which is that's just the weakness to my Zanpakuto, by the way.
Oh yeah, okay, man. You guys are both in a double trouble if the two of you are fighting.
I told you my special power is nuh-uh.
Okay, noted. Good to know that we have the power to stop the press.
We absolutely do have the power to stop the press. I just thought people wanted to know. Also, Chill Z says in one of the Discord chats, Sam always burns his tongue when he has soup.
Okay, all right, noted. I should stop doing
How
that.
often do you have soup, Sam?
Not very often. You know, I guess the closest thing to soup that I have is probably ramen.
Now, I burn my tongue when I have soup, so that's fair for me. All right, so Jose, how's the fate been other than killing you?
Let me tell you, okay? So I watched episode 7, right? And it was a continuation to Caster like punishing Shiro and Archer coming to help. And I was like, oh, cool. Rin sent Archer. Nope, that was not the case.
Nope.
I was just like, well, okay. Anyways, Archer proceeds to like basically bicker with Shiro quite a lot, and then they kind of like finally beat her. Not really. He leaves her alive, and then as he's pulling him away, he goes like, Shiro starts kind of talking back. He's like, I don't like you. We're not the same. Kind of thing. He's like, cool. The fact that you dislike me makes this easy, and then like cuts him across the back, and I was like, meanwhile, Saber's fighting the samurai dude down like on the steps right before they get to the what is it like the little church palace thing.
Shrine.
I keep getting glimpses of her sword, and it's really fucking cool.
It really is cool, isn't it?
Okay, all right.
I'm pretty sure that's gonna be Excalibur.
I ain't saying nothing.
But then, anyways, he comes like he's like crawling, and you just see a trail of blood, so he just keeps following him, and then eventually gets dropped on the steps, and Saber's like, I gotta save my boy.
She's a good servant.
Yeah, mad respect to Saber. And then the other dude saves their lives. They go off on their own ways. And then we get to the school. Or no, I think she takes him home, heals him, and then starts to train him. And he adopts Archer's fighting stance. And it came with a cute little moment of Saber getting upset.
Oh, yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, but then fast forward, they're at the school, and Rin is like waiting for him to have lunch. So then they go and have lunch. They skip lunch, and then a fucking beholder comes up and starts sucking the life out of all these kids.
Of Blood Fort Andromeda.
Dude, that shit was crazy. And then he wastes one of his spells to summon her to help him fight the Yamamoto-looking monsters.
Oh yeah, the bone skeletons.
Yeah, but that so far I'm very much enjoying it. I was like, God damn it! And then once I figured out that they killed Ryder, who I thought Ryder was the assassin the whole time.
Oh yeah. No, the assassin is a samurai.
But I thought a human had to summon him, not a servant.
Well, remember, Caster is currently the most powerful wizard in the world because she's a caster from the Age of Gods. So she can do what she wants.
I see, and that's why Archer was like, you broke the rules, you little bitch.
And she's like, yeah, I can just do that.
Okay, so there is no other assassin
Nope.
person, is
Not
there?
him. He's the assassin.
Damn, so that's two versus one, and then the Berserker's still out there. Lancer's still out there.
Yeah, but you don't got to worry about Ryder.
I mean, yeah, her neck got turned sideways.
Boy, did it. Now, I could finally say some stuff I've been waiting to say since you started. Okay, so I told you there's different routes and different things happen. So this is where the first big divergence happens. Because in the Fate route, Ryder is the first boss that you fight. Like, when you get to this school in the Fate route, like, you have a really big fight. Saber shows up, and then you, like, fight Ryder on the top of a skyscraper and then eviscerate her with lightning. So when you walk into that classroom and she's fucking dead, you go, what? That's not supposed to happen? And they go, yeah, welcome to Unlimited Blade Works. It's different here.
So it's just a completely different path, right? Does it ever go back to the other
No,
path?
because you already did that path.
Gotcha. Okay.
I'm so excited for more stuff to happen. I was waiting for you to get to this part forever.
I thought this was such a sick part, dude. Like just the fights were animated so beautifully.
They're all gonna be all the way through, Jose.
Damn, Ufotable popping off.
Mhm.
Oh man,
Now, that spiral thing that Archer shoots, is that his phantasm?
I can't answer that right now.
We
God
plead the
damn it,
fifth.
Pythes.
Well, because if I tell you what his power does, you'll start to get ideas, and I don't want to lead you down the wrong path.
Respect, respect.
Believe me, Sam knows exactly what I say. When you get to the part, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna pop off.
Yeah.
So with this, I'm on episode 9.
9, god damn.
That's where I'll be starting off.
You just got. By the time we start next week, you'll be like, so I finished it.
I figured it was gonna pick up way more, and I was just like, oh no, it's gonna happen.
You haven't even gotten to the good stuff yet.
Are you still watching it with your wife?
No, I'm just doing it solo.
Good man.
Yeah, we're gonna end up like rewatching where she left off, but I'm just gonna continue like
Yeah,
for
she's
the
slowing
podcast
you
and stuff.
down.
Jose, you haven't gotten to any of the good parts. You're in the slow, boring part currently.
I'm still in the slow part. What the fuck?
Lancer.
Well, they're still setting everything up.
Yeah,
so.
Lancer shows back up. I'll say that, and he does a cool thing. That's when the story starts.
I do like how Rin was saying that she could store her mana into like little like items. I'm assuming.
Gems, specifically gems.
Okay, because that's everything she's been using up to this point.
Yeah. The magecraft she uses is dependent on gems. That's her thing.
Now, is Shiro? Does he have a thing for Sakura?
He does in the third route, not currently.
Gotcha.
He-
Okay, it's just he pays so much extra attention to her
We
right
have
now.
a past. You'll find out when you watch the movies.
Okay, but overall, I'd have to give it. I'm still giving it like a solid 9 until I get to the end.
Okay.
Good. I enjoy your reviews because they're honest.
Before we get to Pythes movie talk, did you guys see today? They revealed the first teaser trailer for the new Shrek movie.
What?
There's another Shrek movie.
Shrek 5. They just released a teaser trailer for it today.
Oh, I'm gonna have to watch
didn't
that.
know that was real.
Yeah, very real. They teased it at the end of the Puss in Boots movie.
Oh, the Puss in Boots movie was so
That
good.
wasn't
though.
real. Do you think it'll be as good as that Puss in Boots movie?
So it looks like it's being animated in the same style as the Puss in Boots movies. So some of the design of like Shrek, Fiona, Donkey, they're a little bit different because they're in the style of the Puss in Boots movie.
That's okay. I like that.
I'm watching it. It's like a 28-second clip.
Yeah, and it's them talking about the Shrek memes, and then it shows them at the end.
Who the hell is this lady?
That's Shrek's daughter.
Ew.
Wait, she's older now? Oh wait,
Yeah,
no,
and it's
I haven't
voiced by
seen anything
Zendaya.
past. Oh, I haven't seen anything past Shrek 2, to be honest.
This shows you how out of
Damn,
touch I am.
okay.
I don't know who that is.
Yes, it does, Pythes. So speaking of out of touch, what 4 movies did you watch this week?
Well, I told you I keep watching movies so I have content for the podcast, and 2 of them I literally cannot talk about because I made the mistake of watching comedy movies and had to review a movie.
Oh, yeah.
Other than To Go, it was funny.
All right, give us those 2 short reviews first.
I watched the first 2 Naked Gun movies.
Okay.
Yeah, they were really funny.
All right.
Leslie Nielsen is good. Also, it was hard to get over the fact that one of the main characters is played by O.J. Simpson.
You would call that a period piece.
Honestly, yeah, I would. And he's really good in those movies, which is a problem. So I watched 2 others. One literally right after we got done recording last week. And you guys are going to crucify me for this because I think the movie was really good, even though it was legit garbage. I watched the live-action Speed Racer 2008.
No, that movie was really good. That movie was really,
Oh, wow.
really,
I
really
don't think I
good.
ever watched it.
It's awesome.
Yeah, really fucking cool. The scenes where they're actually racing is fucking baller.
Like, it looks like a PS2 cutscene, but I'm used to that stuff.
Yeah, I remember liking that movie a lot. And wasn't it done by like, I might be spewing out my ass here, but didn't the Matrix people make that movie?
Yeah.
Yep.
Which was super weird because I think they both transitioned, right? But
Yep.
it specifically says directed by the Wachowski brothers. And I was like, oh, this must have been early in their career.
Yeah, the movie was really good. I remember liking that movie. And it has the guy who plays Fred Flintstone in it too that I can never remember his name. But
John Goodman.
yep.
But it was, I don't think I mentioned this, but I got so tired of movies that are just, they're dark, they're edgy, there's no spirit, everything has to be dull and depressing. This movie is just genuine fun.
Yeah, it is seriously.
So no Zack Snyder for you?
Oh,
No Zack Snyder.
Yeah, he already had his fill last time. So,
I had my fill.
but yeah, the Speed Racer movie is a lot of fun. I remember liking it a lot when I watched it.
Like, Speed Racer is not a title. That is the main character's name. His first name is Speed, last name Racer. And his brother that got in a car crash, his name is Rex. Rex Racer, because he got in a wreck.
Racer X.
Racer X.
Racer X. It was a typical story of he's a real good racer, he's sad his brother's dead, and the corporation is evil. But they pulled off so well because I fucking hated the villain so much. Also, he had like a little brother with a monkey, and they just get off on a side quest that don't relate to shit.
Now, I would be interested to know what you think, and maybe you've already seen this movie, Pythes. Have you seen Battle Angel? Is it Alita?
Oh,
I
yeah.
did not.
Oh.
I did not.
That was another one that's kind of like a cult. It had a very good. It had a strong cult following for that movie. And I watched it thinking I was gonna have a similar reaction to kind of like Speed Racer, where it's like, I can see why people wouldn't have liked it, but it's enjoyable. I don't remember thinking is that good, but I liked the part where they were in like the battle dome and she was also racing around having to fight people.
I might give it a watch. Isn't that also by the Wachowskis?
It had a big name attached to it, and it was supposed to be like the next big thing. Robert Rodriguez is who was behind it.
Oh, yeah.
He does good stuff. He's the Spy Kids guy.
Yep.
Which I love all those movies.
All right, Speed Racer gets the Pythes thumb up. Both the Naked Gun movies gets the Pythes thumb up. What's the fourth movie?
The fourth movie is one I told you about last week, and I said I want to watch a fun swashbuckling adventure, so I watched Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
Okay.
That
Wait,
movie,
who was the lead actor in that one?
Kevin Costner.
Oh, thank you. I couldn't remember his name.
Kevin Costner and another guy whose name I can't remember they're two Americans that play fucking Robin Hood characters. And it's surrounded by it's got like Maggie Smith and young Alan Rickman, and they're Britishing it the fuck up, and you just have a dude walking in going, "Hey, what's up?"
Can I recommend you a show, Pythes, that I think you would like if you've not already seen it? That would be a swashbuckling adventure, and I think it's very good.
What is it?
Have you watched Black Sails?
Well, I'm like 4 episodes in.
That was on HBO, wasn't it?
Stars, I think. It was coming out during the time where obviously Game of Thrones changed the whole genre of how you make TV shows, and it was a pirate-based show. Really good. Really, really good.
It's a little slow for my liking because I'm 4 episodes in and they have not set sail yet because they're still fixing the boat, but otherwise I'm liking it a lot. Calico Jack Rackham is such a good character in that because, I know all the pirate history. Yep. So I'm like, oh, he's about to do some dumb bullshit.
Well, of course, Blackbeard shows up eventually, who is like the best fucking adaptation ever. It's so good.
I will say that I like the Blackbeard of Fate Grand Order more.
You haven't seen this one yet, Pythes.
True. I assume he comes in. I know there's 5 seasons?
Yeah. And it ends. Do you know anything about the story of the show? I don't want to spoil anything for you.
I watched one of those 5-hour YouTube documentaries on it. That's why I started watching it. So I know it is based off of and leads up to Treasure Island.
Okay, perfect. I didn't want to spoil that for you because I didn't pick that up until very late into the show. I was like, wait a goddamn second. It's like, is this going to turn into Treasure Island? It's like, yep, that's how it goes.
There's Ben Bones, there's John Silver. Yeah. And there's the captain. I forget the captain's name. He's like the main character.
Yeah, and he's a fucking badass too. I like him a lot.
He's good. All I know before I even watched anything was this was the gay pirate show because that's the main character turns out to be gay, and I'm like, does that matter? Yeah. It doesn't matter. He's still really cool, and I like him a lot.
Yeah, he's a fucking baddie, dude. And he's like this great morally gray character, like all pirates should be, where you just like him, and then he'll do the scummiest thing you've ever seen, and it's like, I still like him though.
Yeah.
They do that perfect. Jose, have you seen it?
No, but I've seen clips of it, and I remember people talking about it quite a lot.
It's so good.
So there's a scene in episode 1, and I think episode 1 is a fantastic encapsulation of the whole show so far. Once again, only 4 episodes in, where the crew is questioning the captain, and they got this one Billy badass guy who's like, "I'm gonna challenge you for the right," and the captain barely squeaks out the victory, and you're starting to cheer yeah. Then you realize he's just beat a dude to death with his bare hands, and it's like, oh, this is kind of shitty.
Yeah,
that show is great. I got to get back into it.
It only gets better. I feel like the first season it was a little slow, but they begin to find their stride, and it gets really good.
I also really like the theme song. I wish it was longer.
Yes. Yeah, so great show. That just reminded me you're looking for a swashbuckling adventure is really good. And it even has a good ending. So I liked it.
Which is rare, because boy, does Game of Thrones not have a good ending.
Yeah.
But Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. This movie was weird. So have you guys seen one of my favorite movies of all time, which is Robin Hood Men in Tights?
I have seen that one.
That's been a while.
Is that weird that might be the only Robin Hood I've seen aside from the Disney movie?
It was the only one I had seen for years up until this one.
Okay. All right. There you go.
Like, that movie is intentionally parodying all Robin Hood movies, so anytime something happened in Prince of Thieves, I was like, oh, that's where that joke came from. That's why
you're finding out where the original is.
It's like a lot of the songs I hear nowadays, I'm like, oh, I learned that from Weird Al. But like, it explains why there's a scene in Men in Tights where Carrie Elwes looks into the camera and goes, unlike other Robin Hoods, I can speak with an English accent.
I like that.
And also, like, I can't just blame it on Kevin Costner, because Morgan Freeman is in the movie, and Morgan Freeman plays like, like a Muslim, like a Saracen. I'll say a Saracen. Or a Moor. He plays a Moor, and Morgan Freeman cannot do an accent to save his life. It's just Morgan Freeman.
Mm-hmm.
And he's good. He looks really cool. In fact, Sam, pull up Morgan Freeman's design from Prince of Thieves. He looked rad. But he can't speak.
He still got that voice, though.
Boy, does he. Also, so his design, he's supposed to have, like, paint on his face, but it just looks like he has a bunch of pimples, because they just put dots all over his face.
Oh, yeah, I see it. His costume's sick, though.
He's sick. He has a giant scimitar. And Alan Rickman is chewing the fucking scenery up all day. And his entire character is, like, he hangs out with a witch played by Professor McGonagall from Harry Potter.
Oh, she's in there?
And she's an evil witch, and she's like, I taught you to like worship Satan. You need to steal from the poor so you can pay off everybody and take over England before King Richard gets back from the Crusades. And then he runs into Robin Hood, who doesn't wear green. I'm still pissy about it. Also, my internet cut out last night, so I literally had to finish the last 10 minutes, like 5 minutes before we started the podcast.
Oh, that's brutal.
I missed nothing. It was they finished the sword fight and they won.
So does this get the Pythes thumbs up?
It's a little long.
Okay.
It's like 2.5 hours. I think you could cut an hour and miss nothing. It is fine. It gets to like a 5 out of 10. It's a fine movie. Okay. Speed Racer's better.
Now, my question for you, Pythes, do you have a movie lined up next on the agenda? What are you watching next?
I think all of those were movies I was going to watch over the coming weeks to talk about, so currently nah.
Okay.
Because this is an anime-themed podcast, I think I need to watch an anime, but I don't know which one. So you've given me recommendations. The guy I lost $10 to has given me recommendations, so I'll do that.
Okay, there you go. All right, well, stay tuned for next time, hopefully an anime recommendation from Pythes. Let's wrap and go to the captain's meeting officially. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. We hope you guys enjoyed that. Let us know what characters you think they're going to add to Bleach Rebirth of Souls. It seems like they're adding as much as they fucking want. So take your guesses on the final character count. It'll be interesting to see who gets the closest. And with that, we are heading over to the captain's meeting where we'll be talking about all things Cero Times and apparently the Slander Apocalypse is what it's called. So if you guys want to check that out, go over to Patreon, patreon.com/weebsguild. And if you haven't, join the Discord. It's popping off still. Bleach Rebirth of Souls is going crazy. John's doing good work on the website. Throw up some website footage here, Sam. John's been going crazy. Go ahead and put it up.
Jose, have you signed up for the tournament?
Oh my God. Jose, please sign up for the fucking tournament.
I keep forgetting.
Like, John is going to fucking blow his brains out if you don't sign up for the tournament. So if you'd like to see all that and more, check out our Discord. And of course, make sure you guys subscribe to the YouTube. I will see you guys next time. Jose will see you hopefully in person next time. Pythes will still be over the digital internet as a robot.
Boop. I hate robots.
Goodbye, everybody.